Welcome to our journey through history, where we explore the incredible stories of the first humans to achieve remarkable feats. I am Darbarkat, and it is my profound privilege to guide you through the annals of time, to witness those pivotal moments when innovation sparked and the course of our shared human narrative was irrevocably altered. We shall venture back to the very dawn of our consciousness and then propel ourselves forward, tracing the lineage of discovery that has led us to the modern age. These are not merely tales of invention, they are the sagas of human spirit, of relentless curiosity and an unyielding desire to understand and shape the world around us. From the first flickering flame that pushed back the darkness to the audacious leap that carried us beyond our terrestrial confines, each first is a testament to our species' extraordinary capacity for vision and perseverance. It is a story that belongs to all of us, a heritage of ingenuity that continues to unfold with every passing generation. Join me as we delve into these profound milestones. We will examine not just the what and when, but the how, and most importantly, the why. What drove these early pioneers? What were the immense challenges they faced? And how did their singular achievements ripple outwards, transforming societies and paving the way for the complex world we inhabit today? Prepare to be astonished by the sheer tenacity and brilliance of those who came before us. Imagine, if you will, a world shrouded in the deep, primal darkness of prehistory, a world where our ancestors, small and vulnerable, faced the myriad perils of an untamed Earth. Survival was a daily struggle, a relentless contest against formidable predators and the biting chill of unforgiving nights. Then a momentous event occurred, not perhaps in a single dramatic flash, but as a slow, dawning realization: the harnessing of fire. This was not merely a discovery, it was a revolution, a profound turning point that set our species on an entirely new trajectory, forever distinguishing us from all other life on this planet. The first encounters with fire were likely born of chance, a lightning strike igniting dry tinder, or the fortuitous proximity to a volcanic flow. But the true leap was in understanding its potential, in learning to control this wild elemental force. Early humans, perhaps over 1 million years ago, began this tentative dance with flame. They learned to nurture it, to keep it alive, to carry it with them like a precious, life-giving jewel. Suddenly the night was no longer a domain of absolute terror. It could be illuminated, held at bay by the comforting glow of a carefully tended hearth. The implications were staggering, rippling through every facet of early human existence. Fire offered warmth, a crucial advantage in cooler climates and during the harsh grip of ice ages. It provided protection, deterring nocturnal predators that once roamed unchallenged. Critically, it transformed our diet. Cooked food was easier to digest, unlocking vital nutrients and reducing the risk of foodborne illnesses, which in turn may have fueled the very development of our expanding brains. The hearth became the heart of the community, a place for sharing, for storytelling, for the forging of social bonds that were essential for collective survival and the transmission of knowledge. Centuries, millennia would pass, each marked by the slow, inexorable march of human development. Our ancestors mastered stone, then metals, built settlements and cultivated the land. Yet for a vast stretch of our history, the movement of heavy objects remained a monumental task, reliant on brute strength or cumbersome sledges dragged across uneven terrain. Then, around 5,500 years ago, in the Fertile Crescent of Mesopotamia, a deceptively simple yet profoundly transformative concept began to take shape: the wheel. It is an invention so fundamental to our modern lives that we often overlook its revolutionary impact. It's fascinating to consider that the wheel's first known application was not for transport but for the potter's craft. The potter's wheel, emerging around 3500 BC, allowed for the creation of finer, more uniform ceramics, transforming a utilitarian craft into an art form. This rotational symmetry, this mastery of circular motion, seems to have then sparked another idea: a connection made between the spinning clay and the possibility of moving loads. It was a conceptual leap, from a stationary tool to a dynamic component, one that would quite literally set humanity in motion in an entirely new way. The earliest wheeled vehicles, likely heavy, solid wooden discs attached to an axle, were cumbersome by our standards. Yet they represented an astonishing breakthrough. Suddenly, a single individual or a pair of draft animals could transport burdens that would have previously required the efforts of many. This revolutionized agriculture, enabling farmers to carry larger harvests to settlements. It transformed trade, allowing goods to be moved greater distances, fostering connections between disparate communities, and inevitably it impacted warfare, with the advent of chariots changing the face of ancient battlefields. The humble wheel, a circle of wood, became an engine of progress, accelerating the pace of civilization itself. For countless generations, human knowledge, stories, and traditions were ephemeral, entrusted to the fragile vessel of memory, passed from one mind to another through the spoken word. Each telling was a recreation, susceptible to the vagaries of recollection, the embellishments of time. But then another extraordinary innovation began to unfurl, one that would allow thoughts to transcend the boundaries of individual mortality and the limitations of immediate presence: the invention of writing. This was not merely a new form of communication, it was the birth of history itself, the moment humanity began to create a lasting record of its journey. The earliest forms of writing, such as the cuneiform script of Sumeria or the hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt, emerged roughly contemporaneously with the wheel around 5,000 years ago. Initially, these intricate systems of symbols may have served practical purposes, a means of recording trade transactions, royal decrees, or religious rituals. They were tools for administration and power, yet within these etchings on clay tablets and carvings on stone monuments lay the seed of something far grander: the ability to capture abstract thought, to convey complex narratives, and to preserve wisdom for posterity independent of the living voice. From these foundational scripts, the concept of compiling knowledge into a more permanent, accessible form began to evolve. The scroll, crafted from papyrus or parchment, allowed for longer texts, for the systematic organization of ideas. And eventually the codex, the precursor to the modern book with its bound pages, offered even greater convenience and durability. The first books, in this sense, were revolutionary. They became reservoirs of learning, allowing ideas to travel across vast distances and through the corridors of time, igniting minds and fueling intellectual discourse in a way that oral tradition alone never could. The act of writing and of reading became a profound dialogue with the past and a beacon for the future. For millennia, humanity had gazed at the birds, at the effortless sweep of their wings across the sky, and dreamed of flight. It was a yearning woven into our myths, our art, our deepest aspirations, to break the surly bonds of earth and soar into the blue expanse. Countless dreamers and inventors had tried, their efforts often ending in failure, sometimes tragically. The sky, it seemed, was a realm reserved for nature's aviators. But at the turn of the 20th century, two brothers from Dayton, Ohio, Wilbur and Orville Wright, possessed the unique combination of vision, mechanical ingenuity, and relentless perseverance to transform this ancient dream into a breathtaking reality. Their approach was methodical, scientific. They were not merely daredevils, they were engineers, meticulously studying aerodynamics, building their own wind tunnel, and patiently testing countless wing designs and control mechanisms. They understood that powered flight required not just an engine strong enough to lift a machine, but a means of controlling it in 3 dimensions: pitch, roll, and yaw. This crucial insight and their invention of wing warping for lateral control was their true genius. After years of tireless experimentation with gliders on the windswept dunes of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, the stage was set for an attempt that would echo through history. On that cold, blustery morning of December 17, 1903, with Orville at the controls, the Wright Flyer 1, a fragile contraption of wood, wire and cloth, lifted from the sands for a mere 12 seconds, covering just 120 feet. It was a modest flight by today's standards, yet its significance was monumental. In those fleeting moments, humanity had achieved sustained, controlled, powered flight. The world was about to shrink in ways previously unimaginable. The age of aviation had dawned, promising to revolutionize travel, commerce, warfare, and our very perception of the globe and our place within it. The sky was no longer the limit, it was a new frontier. The 20th century, ignited by the Wright brothers' triumph, witnessed an astonishing acceleration of technological advancement. The sky, once a distant dream, became a highway, but human ambition, ever restless, soon gazed further, beyond our atmosphere, towards the silent, beckoning sphere of the moon. This celestial neighbor, a constant presence in our night sky, a muse for poets and lovers, became the next great challenge, a symbol of the ultimate frontier. In the crucible of the Cold War, this ambition was supercharged, transforming a scientific quest into a race between superpowers. It was a challenge of almost unimaginable complexity, demanding breakthroughs in rocketry, navigation, life support, and materials science. Thousands of brilliant minds, engineers, scientists, and technicians labored for years under immense pressure, driven by President Kennedy's audacious goal of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth before the end of the 1960s. The Apollo program was born, a testament to what focused human effort, backed by national will and resources, could achieve. Each mission was a step further into the unknown, each success building upon the last, each failure, like the tragic Apollo 1 fire, a sobering reminder of the perils involved. Then on July 20th, 1969, the world held its breath. The lunar module Eagle, carrying astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, descended towards the Sea of Tranquility. As Armstrong stepped onto the powdery lunar surface, uttering those immortal words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind," he was not just an individual, he was an emissary for our entire species. For the first time, a human being stood on another celestial body. It was a moment of profound triumph, a demonstration of our capacity to achieve the seemingly impossible. And it opened a new chapter in our exploration of the cosmos, forever expanding our horizons and our understanding of our place within the vastness of space. From the first controlled fire that warmed our ancient ancestors to the footprints left on the lunar dust, the journey of human innovation is a breathtaking tapestry woven with threads of courage, curiosity, and an indomitable spirit. The trailblazers we have celebrated today are but a few of the countless individuals whose firsts have fundamentally shaped our world, altering not just how we live, but how we perceive ourselves and the universe around us. Their achievements are our shared inheritance, a legacy of pushing boundaries. Each discovery, each invention was a stepping stone, building upon the knowledge and efforts of those who came before, and in turn, laying the groundwork for future pioneers. This relentless pursuit of the unknown, this innate human drive to explore, to understand, and to create, is perhaps our most defining characteristic. It is a flame that has been passed down through generations, burning brightly in the hearts of those who dare to dream beyond the conventional, to question the impossible. These pioneers have shaped the course of human history, inspiring generations to push the boundaries of what is possible. Who knows what incredible firsts the future holds? As we stand on the cusp of new scientific revolutions, new technological marvels, and perhaps even new explorations into the cosmic ocean, one thing remains certain: the human spirit of discovery will continue to guide us, leading us towards horizons yet unimagined. The story of firsts is far from over. Indeed, it is a story that we are all in our own ways still writing.